A pivotal moment for Africa, the 37th African Union AU Summit concluded with a resounding call to action, addressing challenges head-on and charting a course for the continent's future. The summit comes at a time when there have been multiple coups in West Africa.
The 37th Ordinary Session of the Assembly of the Heads of State and Government of the African Union concluded on Sunday, outlining Africa's priorities for 2024 and beyond. The AU is made up of 55 member states, which represent all the countries on the African continent. AU member states are divided into 5 geographic regions, which were defined by the Organization of African Unity in 1976. Speakers at the opening ceremony included the AU's Commission Chairperson, Moussa Faki Mohammed, who started by saying that the problems plaguing the continent have not gotten any better.
Our main challenges have not diminished. Peace, political and institutional instability, climate change, deficits in economic governance, integration, poverty, the marginalization of women and young people in development processes, and leadership in our political and social systems remain our main sources of concern.
The summit comes at a time when there have been multiple coups in West Africa, which Mohammed described as defiant. Researchers say that the African Union should dedicate this year to solving the various issues of instability and restore credibility in democratic processes.
Non-constitutional changes of government have multiplied in total defiance of the entire political and legal system on which our organization was funded. Never since the creation of the African Union has there been such a large number of transitions following unconstitutional changes of government in Africa.
The key takeaways from the summit chart a course for Africa's future. Efforts to combat democratic backsliding, intervene in Sudan's crisis, and preserving stability in Ethiopia are paramount. Additionally, proactive measures to prevent escalation between the Democratic Republic of Congo and Rwanda, revitalizing partnerships in Somalia, and ensuring South Sudan's safe journey towards elections are critical for fostering peace and prosperity in Africa. However, persisting conflicts and economic hurdles cast a formidable shadow over the path to peace and prosperity for numerous African nations and the Union as well.
African leaders from around the continent gathered under one roof at the African Union Summit in Addis Ababa, the capital of Ethiopia. During the inaugural session, the chairperson of the African Union's Commission emphasized that the problems plaguing the continent have not gotten any better. So let us discuss what are these major roadblocks in the path of development of the African continent. Some of the major hurdles that most African nations face are poverty, conflicts, refugee crises, shaky democracies, climate change, unemployment, and malnutrition. In the recent years, the refugee landscape in Africa has worsened and has become unpredictable, with countries such as that of Ethiopia, Kenya, and Chad shouldering significant burdens of the refugees erupting due to conflicts and natural disasters emanating out of climate change. The countries with the highest refugee burdens are Ethiopia, 659,000, Kenya, 551,000, Chad, 453,000, Uganda, 386,000, Cameroon, 264,000, and South Sudan with 248,000 refugees. Alarming reports from the World Food Programme highlight escalating hunger and malnutrition crises worsened by conflict and displacement, especially in Sudan and the Central African Republic. Families are getting uprooted faster than you can say crises. The 10-month war between Sudan's army and the paramilitary rapid support forces, the RSF, has devastated the country's infrastructure, prompted warnings of famine, and displaced millions of people inside and outside the country. In this battle of war, it is not the nations that bleed, but the lives of thousands paying the ultimate price. And let's not forget about Africa's vulnerability to climate change. It's evident with extreme weather events impacting ecosystems and livelihoods across the continent. Severe flooding, notably along the Congo River, hit its highest level in over 6 decades, forcing approximately 500,000 people to flee the rising waters, underscoring the urgent need for disaster preparedness and mitigation measures. Also, there is an escalating tension between the Democratic Republic of Congo's military and rebels, reportedly backed by Rwanda. This has disrupted crucial supply routes to Goma, impacting over 2 million residents and displacing thousands. The continent has been hit by a confluence of shocks, comprising weaker external demand, a sharp uptick in global inflation, higher borrowing costs, and adverse weather events. Kenyan households are grappling with the repercussions of government policies, including tax hikes aimed at addressing the soaring public debt and depreciating currency there. Africa has got its fair share of challenges, from conflicts to economic woes. It's like a never-ending obstacle course. But here's the thing. The continent's not backing down. There's this sense of resilience, this determination to push forward no matter what. And that is the message coming out from the African Union Summit: unite and fight back.